Orbiter X. Episode 13. The net closes. Aboard the space station Orbiter X, high above the surface of the Earth, Captain Bob Britton prepares to carry out the final stages of the mission entrusted to him by Colonel Kent and the authorities of the Commonwealth Space Project at Woomera. Although the plan to locate Unity headquarters has failed, Bob's duty now is to send a signal to Woomera indicating that the Unitists have completed work on the station, and he, together with Douglas McClelland and flight engineer Hicks, are about to make their getaway in a space chariot. As they reach the airlock of the station by lift and prepare to leave, Mac and Hickey are astonished when Bob announces that he will not be coming with them.
Listen. Kramer and Gelbin are coming up in the other lift. I've got to talk fast. I must get my transmitter onto their ship. When I do, it'll act as another beacon, and Woomera should be able to locate Unity headquarters at last.
And how the dickens are you going to get it aboard the ship? At any moment, Kramer and Gelbin might be leaving for their headquarters.
They are. They're leaving right now. And believe it or not, Mac, they've agreed to take me with them.
What?
Hickey, don't forget to take the deflector box with you. You'll need it to screen the chariot.
Okay, Bob.
What are McClellan and Hicks doing here, Britain? There is no question of them coming with us.
No, of course not, Kramer. They've got some work to do outside.
Oh, and what precisely is this work, Hicks?
Well, there's a lot of stuff left over from the assembly job. You know, bits and pieces floating all over the place. We're just going to trot around with one of the chariots and pick them all up.
Very well. And after that, you will report to Captain Holst for further instructions. He will be in charge while we are away. And I may add, he will be keeping an eye on you.
Protection, eh?
Yes, what about that, Kramer? I take it you're leaving some guard ships with Orbiter X?
Yes. One ship will remain here on duty. The remainder will return with us to headquarters to collect cargo.
What sort of cargo?
Armaments and equipment for the station. And as Captain Britton knows its construction so well, I agreed that he should help us with the selection of the gear. Now, open the airlock. In you go. If you men are going to the space chariots, you'd better come too.
Okay.
We're leaving now, are we, Gelbin?
Yes, Britain. We are crossing to our ship right away.
Close your helmets and shut the inner hatch.
Okay.
Check helmet intercom, Gelbin.
Right. All correct.
Everything okay, fellas?
Yeah.
Okay, Bob.
Now, open the air valve.
Oh, I see you are taking a box with you, Hicks. What's inside it, may I ask?
Sandwiches. What? Tools, of course. You never catch me riding a chariot without them.
We must look into that.
What's that?
The chariots should be more reliable.
Yes, of course they should. Still, they were only meant for pottering around on.
Quite.
Pressure 0. Open the outer hatch, Britain.
Right.
You know, Gelbin, great mechanical achievements never fail to stir me. Just look. Here we are standing in the hub of a great wheel, 1,000 miles above the surface of the Earth. And inside the rim of the wheel, a handful of men can live and work and shape the destiny of the whole world.
Wonderful.
And each day, they'll be able to examine every square foot of the globe down there. From now on, nothing can be hidden from the eyes of Unity. Nothing.
Bob, have you any final instructions for us?
No, I don't think so, Mac. Everything's clear, isn't it?
Yes, our job's simple enough.
Sure. We'll just go ahead.
Good.
We shall need our jet pistols to cross over to the ship, Britain. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Sure, Mac. Bye, Hickey.
All the best.
See you soon, Bob.
All right, Gelbin. All right, Britain. Here we go.
Well, that's that, Hickey. I've just switched over to telephone intercom. We can speak freely.
Thank goodness. All this is a bit of a shake-up.
That's putting it mildly.
What beats me is why Bob didn't put us in the picture earlier.
I think he was afraid we'd talk him into taking us with him.
Yes, I suppose so.
But we'd better get cracking, and let's hope that Bob has started transmitting the signal.
And that the boys at Woomera are listening for it.
How's the interference level, Brown?
Just the same, sir.
And still nothing on the special sound channel?
No, not a thing.
Any news, anybody?
Ah, it's you, Captain Knight.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm afraid there's nothing to report. That ship of yours must just about be taking root out there on the launching platform.
Yes, it has been ready for takeoff for rather a long time. In fact, the the ground staff are talking about planting a few creepers round it. Yes, well, do you think we shall ever get the call-up signal from Bob, Colonel Kent?
Well, I think so, but the minister seems to have given up hope. He's actually gone into Canberra to discuss a new plan of action.
Or something big, do you mean?
Yes. You see, the whole fleet is now fitted out with arms and deflectors, and it could give a pretty good account of itself.
Yes, I'll say it could.
And with the new radio equipment, our transmitters can be heard over the interference without the unitists being any the wiser. So the element of surprise will be completely on our side.
Colonel Kent, listen! There's something coming through on the special channel.
Huh? By George, yes, at last! The signal we've been waiting for. Brown, make sure the direction finders get onto it right away.
Okay, Colonel. Hello, DF. Check transmission on special channel, please. Urgent.
So this is Bob's signal.
Yes, and you know what it means? Orbiter X is complete and the boys are crossing over to Orbiter 1.
Can I have permission to take off and pick them up, sir?
Just a moment, we'll check the origin first.
Direction finders say the transmission is definitely coming from Orbiter X, sir.
Good. You can get down to the launching platform, Captain Knight.
Thank you, I'm on my way.
Hold it 1 second, Chris.
Why, what's wrong?
The transmitter sending this signal is moving.
So is Orbiter X.
Yes, but it's moving away from Orbiter X.
What?
DF are feeding a tracking chart through to us now, sir. Look, it's coming up on the central monitor.
Yes, I see.
What do you make of it, sir?
Well, I think I know what's happened. Yes, Bob must have realized that the original beacon he put onto Kramer's ship had packed up, so he's replaced it with the pocket transmitter.
Then we're actually watching the track of Kramer's ship right now.
Yes.
You mean we can follow it right down to his HQ and find exactly where the location is?
Yes, the whole situation has suddenly turned in our favor. Brown, get a line to Canberra for me straight away. I must tell the minister about this before he goes into his conference.
Right, sir.
Captain Knight, you're in business after all. Go ahead and take off for Orbiter 1. The sooner you bring those boys back here, the better. And don't forget to keep in constant radio touch on the special channel. I want to know exactly what's happening all the time.
Well, we're clear of the space station, Hickey, old boy. If my navigation's right, we ought to pick up Orbiter 1 on bearing ZN74TK5.
Yes.
Anyway, concentrate your radar sweep in that area.
Okay, Mac, but the interference is all over the screen. We won't be able to see anything much until we're practically on top of it.
Can't be helped. We'll just keep to our course, hope for the best.
This reminds me of the time we used a chariot to get aboard Orbiter 2. Bob was with us then.
Yes, I remember. You said it was a pity we couldn't have a picture of ourselves. 3 little men in spacesuits sitting on a sort of flying car chassis with a couple of tiddly little jets stuck on the back.
And now there's only 2 little men. Ah, well, we haven't finished with Kramer yet.
We haven't started, you wait. If Bob's plan works and CSP find Unity headquarters, my bet is Kramer's had it.
Yes, and I reckon you're right.
And if we can get back to Woomera and tell Colonel Kent that there's only one guard ship on duty on Orbiter X, the CSP fleet can come out and take it over without too much trouble.
She'll be a piece of cake. I don't think that Unity fellow, what's his name, Captain Holst, can be a very bright spark.
Well, they gave him the slip, all right. I suppose he didn't have a chance of tracking us when we turned on the deflector set.
He's probably written us off as lost in space.
I don't suppose he's going into mourning.
Hey, I was saying, look, Mac, there's something on the screen. Look,
Where?
a couple of blips. You can just see them between the interference ripples.
Yeah.
They're moving towards one another.
Yes, I see them. Yeah. Orbiter 1 and the relief ship. They can't be anything else. Open the jets, Hickey.
Right.
Give them full boost. There's no speed limit here, my boy.
Hello, CSP. This is Orbiter 3 calling CSP Woomera. Are you receiving me? Come in, please.
CSP answering you, Orbiter 3. Yes, we are receiving you. Your new transmitter is loud and clear.
Good. Colonel Kent, I've reached the rendezvous and 2 men aboard a space chariot are coming alongside my airlock.
Only 2?
Yes, I haven't been able to identify them yet. They've now entered the lock. They'll be through into the cabin in a moment. Stand by, please.
Standing by. Keep your transmitter switched on.
Right, sir, I will. Here they come. It's Mac and Hickey. Welcome aboard, fellows.
Chris, hello.
Good to see you, sir.
It's good to see you. Colonel Kent's listening on the radio.
Hello, Mac. Hello, Hickey. Once again, welcome aboard.
Thank you, sir. I didn't expect to hear you.
Thank you, sir. It's great to be here.
What's happened to Bob?
He's aboard Kramer's ship.
He's what?
I say, is it quite safe to talk on the radio? I mean, can't the unitists hear us?
No, don't worry. We've got a new system of transmission. I don't understand the technical details, but it works on the same principle as the pocket transmitter that's Bob's using.
Ah, so you know all about that.
Yes, you see, the DF boys at Woomera are getting his signal all right, but we never guessed he was on the transmitting end himself. Why didn't he come with you?
I'm afraid it wasn't possible. He knew the ship would get underway as soon as he went aboard. Colonel Kent, I want you to know that Bob knew what the consequences might be for himself. But that didn't stop him going ahead.
Just what I would have expected of him, Mac. A very fine action, and it looks like succeeding. Our direction finders are following the ship down into the atmosphere now. It's made one complete circuit of the Earth, and if it follows its present course, it will land somewhere in South America.
South America. We wondered if the headquarters might be there after we took off in Kramer's moonship.
We hope to be able to pinpoint the HQ quite soon.
That's marvelous.
Mac, we take it that Orbiter X is completely assembled. Is that right?
Yes, I should have told you. There's only one guard ship with it, sir. And if you can send up a task force quickly, this is the time to take it over.
Thank you. That is most important information. Is there anything else you have to report immediately?
Well, I've an idea that would involve Captain Knight. I don't know how you feel about this, Chris.
What is it, Mac?
Well, although we don't know where the Unity headquarters are just yet, Hickey and I have been there, and we know the layout pretty well.
Yes, we do. And I think I know what you're going to say, Mac.
Once CSP tell us the exact location, I was wondering if Chris would land us somewhere in the area.
Yes, that's it. The country is mountainous. We could probably touch down within 10 miles of the HQ without being spotted.
Exactly. And you and I could then make our way to the headquarters and get in through the back door. Do you remember how Kramer brought us out through those tunnels?
Yes, of course. We could go in by the same route. And with a bit of luck, we'd find Bob and bring him back to the ship.
What do you say, Chris?
Well, I'm for it, but there is one point. After we land, I'll come to the headquarters with you.
Colonel Kent, did you hear all that?
Yes. And I may say that our conversation is being piped through to Canberra, where a special committee is also listening. I am consulting the minister now.
Oh, I'd have put on my telephone voice if I'd known.
Oh, I hope I haven't mucked up our chances.
No, it's a great idea, Mac. And after we've landed, we can use the rotorcycles.
Motorcycles?
No, you clod. Rotorcycles.
Oh, yes.
You know, the one-man helicopters.
Yeah.
I've got a couple on board. They're part of the new issue to all ships now in case of emergency landings in out-of-the-way places.
Well, they are. That's just the job.
Hello, Orbiter 3. Mac, your suggestion has been accepted.
Thank you, sir.
Good-o.
But you will check with me before landing. And Captain Knight must remain with the ship. Is that clear?
As you say, sir.
Very well. Our direction finders indicate that Kramer's ship is now preparing to land. I will give you its position and the course you must follow. Stand by.
You seem very interested in our destination, Captain Britain.
Obviously. I guess that your headquarters might be in South America, but I still can't see exactly where you're heading.
We are heading towards the small republic of Kazala.
Kazala? Oh, so that's it.
Yes. When I founded the Unity organization, I realized that I should have to establish my headquarters in a small country whose government would be prepared to cooperate with me. I approached the president of Kazala and explained the position.
Weren't you taking rather a chance?
No. I knew my man, and I knew he valued his life. Also, he was interested in the fact that power no longer depends on the size of a country's population. With the help of science, a small country can lead the whole world.
Check your safety straps. I am about to open the retrojets for the touchdown.
Good. We are over Kazala now, Britain. As you see, it's almost entirely mountains and jungle.
Yes.
Perfect camouflage for the Unity headquarters.
The headquarters are immediately below us. You can see the landing zone.
EHQ calling Unity 5. You are now on the approach beam. We are taking over your controls for landing.
Thank you, EHQ. Over to you.
The landing routine is now carried out entirely from the ground.
I can't see much down there.
No, the headquarters are mostly below ground. Only a few buildings are visible from the air.
They're well camouflaged.
We have no wish to draw attention to ourselves.
What about the local population?
There were a few Indians there, but they have been moved away.
Prepare for touchdown. There we are, right outside the entrance to the main hangar.
Open the exit hatch, Gilbin.
All right. Now, follow me, Captain Britain.
Oh, the gravity's almost overpowering after being in space so long.
We shall soon get used to it. Come into headquarters before our escort ships land. Their retrojets can be highly dangerous from the moment they begin their approach runs.
Okay. You know, Kramer, I didn't expect you'd let me see all this.
But we aren't taking any chances with you. In due course, you will be going through an examination which is designed to test your loyalty.
Oh, what do you mean?
We mean that you cannot become a member of Unity until we have looked into your subconscious mind and satisfied ourselves that you really are dedicated to the cause of Unity world government. Now we turn into the main corridor.
Ah, yes, I remember this. I remember the sound of the generators, too. Hey, tell me, when are you proposing to carry out this examination?
Why? Are you worried?
Yes, of course I am. What methods do you use?
We don't disclose them until after the test. And we do not tell our candidates when the test is to begin.
First, we will go into the information room.
Ah, Dr. Kramer, Commander Gelpin. I am glad to see you back at last.
In you go, Britain.
And you have Captain Britain with you.
Yes? Still here, I see, Dr. Ravel.
Of course.
As you know, Britain has been of some help to us. He may join the organization, subject to test, of course.
Oh, I see.
Have you been in touch with Moonbase?
Yes, all is well. But all is not well at the headquarters of the Commonwealth Space Project.
What's happened?
It looks as if Captain Bradley has defected.
What?
The contact warned us about him in the last signal from Australia. He said that he would call back with more information, but we've heard nothing. I've had a monitoring service working for the past 24 hours, but there's still no word. I'm afraid the contact may have been picked up by the Australian security people.
Here, what do you mean by Bradley defecting? Where is he?
Don't ask too many questions, Britain. It might be unwise at this stage.
Hello, information room?
This is the senior maintenance officer. Is Dr. Kramer there?
Yes, I am.
I am speaking from your ship on the landing platform, sir. We have this moment discovered an unusual piece of electronic equipment inside a locker in the control cabin.
Well, what is it?
It is difficult to say until we have examined it in detail. It seems to be some sort of radio set, but we cannot measure any transmissions from it. Perhaps you could tell me what this thing is.
This seems extraordinary, Gilbin. Did we have any experimental gear on board?
No, nothing like that. There must be some mistake.
Nevertheless, we must check. Hello, maintenance?
Yes, sir.
We will come over and check this equipment right away. Come along, Gilbin. And you, Britain, you will stay right here until we return.
CSP, Woomera calling Orbiter 3.
Orbiter 3 answering you, CSP.
Listen carefully. Our direction finders have now tracked the beacon transmissions to Earth. Kramer's ship has landed in the small South American republic of Kazala. The bearings of his HQ from your position are QJ54TX9. Repeat, please.
QJ54TX9. Mark that on the chart, Mac.
Okay.
You will see from the chart that the location is well concealed by the natural contours of the country.
Yes, it is too.
Yes, there seem to be mountain ranges all round it.
I suggest that you land in the region of Mount Cassis. Will you check that, please?
Mount Cassis. Yes, I've got it. About 18 miles southeast of Unity headquarters. Can you make a landing on the flat ground to the north, Chris?
I should think so. According to the chart, sir, it looks pretty deserted.
Good. Now listen. When you reach the headquarters, your first consideration will be for Captain Britain. Next, you will obtain such information as you can about the Unity organization. If possible, get a list of members. Finally, you will carry out sabotage to the best of your ability.
Understood, sir.
Right. Go in and land. Good luck, Orbiter 3.
Oh, what a dump you've brought us to, Chris. Everything's grey like slate. Mountains and all. It's a bit chilly, too.
Well, you'll soon warm up when you start moving.
It's a bit of an effort to crawl at the moment. I feel like a heavyweight run to seed.
Well, give me a hand with one of these rotorcycles.
Okay.
Right, I'll help. You're not telling me this thing can really fly.
You know it can.
I haven't used one before.
Well, get it out and I'll explain how it works.
I've got it.
Good. We may as well heave the second one out while we're at it.
Okay. Here it comes, Hickey.
Right.
Now, open up your machine, Mac. As you see, it consists of a seat with a small power unit behind it, and that drives the rotor blade which buzzes over your head.
Yeah, I know all that. Just show me the controls.
Okay, get into the seat.
All right.
Now, you've got one lever for elevation and turning.
Yeah, simple enough.
Throttle control here, and a starter button.
Yeah. You got all that, Hickey?
Yes, okay.
Is that the lot, Chris?
Yes, sure. And the machine can lift a couple of men at a pinch, so you can bring Bob back with you by air.
Well. What's the ceiling?
12,000 feet. It's enough to get you through the mountains and over towards Unity headquarters.
Yes, I know the bearing to follow, but we'd better stop about a mile before we get there, Hickey. Otherwise, those blighters will hear us.
By cutting the engine, you'll find you can glide quite a way with the rotor spinning.
What are you trying to do? Finish us off?
Oh, well, of course. Anything for a laugh. Are you all right too, Hickey?
Yes, fine.
Right, now start up, both of you, and I'll be here waiting for you when you come back. Well, all the best, chaps.
Thanks, Chris. We'll be back with Bob. Don't worry. Let's see if these things really work, shall we?
Ah, yes, they do. Well, we're lifting. This is the way to travel.
Follow me, Hickey, and watch out for trouble.
Kramer's away a long time, Bob. Tell me, have you any idea what it is they have discovered on his ship?
Yes. Yes, I know only too well.
Why, what do you mean? What is it?
Greta, I'm afraid I'm in trouble. You helped me the last time I was here with Mac and Hickey.
I shouldn't have done it, but I couldn't help remembering our student days. You never noticed me very much, but I never forgot you, Bob.
And I'm not going to forget you. That's why I'll tell you about this thing they found on the ship. It's a radio transmitter.
What?
Yes, I used it as a radio beacon. My people at CSP will have been listening for it, and they'll have tracked it right here.
But the interference...
It makes no difference. The transmissions bypass it. Unity's finished, Greta. You must get away before it's too late.
Oh, you don't know what you're saying.
Yes, I know very well what I'm saying. There's a good possibility that these headquarters will be blown sky high. You must go while you can.
You really are serious, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
And what if I tell Kramer what you just told me?
It doesn't matter. As soon as he sees the transmitter, he won't need to be told what's happened. He'll know.
And do you know the penalty you'll pay for this?
I got a pretty good idea.
You're very calm about it.
Well, there's not much I can do. I can't get away.
Oh, you stupid idiot. You've no excuse for this.
No, none at all.
Oh, then why did you do...
There he is, the treacherous dog!
What have you got to say for yourself, Britain?
What about?
You know perfectly well. Who gave you the transmitter?
I have nothing to say.
Leave him to me, Kramer. I know how to deal with traitors.
Traitors? I've never become a member of your foul organization.
That's enough!
One moment, Gelbin. Captain Britain, you have tried to play a double game, but as far as you are concerned, it is all over.
I fully realize that.
I thought you might. So I want you to know the full measure of your achievement as it affects your friends in the Commonwealth Space Project. You see, you have not only tricked us, but them as well, because you have brought about their total annihilation.
So ends the 13th episode of Orbiter X, an adventure in the conquest of space by B.D. Chapman. It was produced for the BBC by Charles Maxwell.